I've always considered myself a man of structure, calm, methodical, and intentional. That's how I've approached everything in my life. One step at a time, with steady focus and a clear head. That's what it takes to build something meaningful. That's what I told myself when I thought I had created the ideal family. In the beginning, everything felt seamless. My wife, Emily, used to gaze at our son with such tenderness. "He's your reflection," she'd whisper, her voice soft like the quiet moments before drifting off to sleep. It felt sweet, innocent even. I didn't dwell on it. I didn't have to. But eventually, something began to change, subtle at first, like the first snag in an otherwise tightly woven fabric. She kept repeating the same phrase more and more. "He looks just like you." What once sounded warm began to feel rehearsed, like she needed to convince herself. That's when I began paying closer attention. You'd assume after years together I'd know her inside out, her habits, her tells. But suddenly, she felt unfamiliar. Her laughter sounded forced. Her phone never left her grasp. Then came that night. She'd gone out with some friends. I didn't object. I'm not the possessive type. But when she came home, something in her eyes had changed. It was like she had to remind herself who I was. She kissed our son's forehead, but the gesture was rushed, distracted. That's when the seed of doubt took root. The next morning, I did what any rational person would. I quietly set a plan in motion. No drama, just precision. I arranged for a DNA test. She had no clue. Life carried on for her like normal, completely unaware of what I was about to uncover. 2 weeks passed. Yesterday, the results arrived, sealed, silent, but loud in meaning. I didn't need to read them to know.
But I did anyway.
And when I did, I didn't feel heartbreak or rage. Just a steady confirmation of the suspicion I'd already come to accept. I chose dinner to confront her. She was in the kitchen, going through her usual motions, the familiar sounds almost comforting. I placed the envelope on the table without a word, letting its presence speak for itself. She took her seat across from me, her eyes flicking nervously toward it. "Is something wrong?" she asked, though her voice already trembled. "Want to explain this?" I asked casually, like I was asking about the weather. The color drained from her face. Her expression betrayed her, before she could even form a defense. She tried to deny it, but it was too late. The act had ended. I leaned back, looked at her, and asked a single question. "You always said he looked like me, didn't you?" She froze. Hesitated too long. Her hand trembled as she reached for the envelope. She opened it, read the result, and her face turned pale. "I never meant for this to happen," she muttered, her voice cracking under the weight of what she'd done.
I didn't respond.
I didn't need to. I had already seen this scene play out in my head 100 times. No shouting. No chaos. Just a quiet, undeniable truth laid bare. "You lied," I said. One simple sentence. More than enough. No screaming. No apologies. Only silence. She slumped back in her chair, eyes vacant. Whatever resistance, she had left completely gone. That was the moment it all shattered. The pretense, the illusion, everything. All that remained was a raw, brutal truth, and it broke her. The following weeks were a blur of paperwork and signatures. The separation was swift, emotionless. No drawn-out battles, just decisions and signatures. The people around her faded away, just as they always do when the truth becomes too inconvenient to confront. As for me, I moved forward. Not out of bitterness, but clarity.
There was nothing left to hold on to.
No reason to feel regret. Now I sit alone in my home, not with sadness or anger, but with a calm sense of closure. I didn't come out of this victorious, through vengeance. I simply stayed focused. I didn't let feelings interfere with the action that needed to be taken. I recognized the deception before it could destroy me. I was always one step ahead. And she never saw it coming.